When I moved into Crescent Pines, I was looking for a quieter life. As the CEO of one of the top electric vehicle companies in the world, my days are packed with back-to-back meetings, media interviews, and the constant pressure of staying ahead in the clean energy race. I figured a low-key neighborhood tucked into the suburbs would give me a bit of peace and anonymity. Turns out I drastically underestimated the power of one woman, Karen Hensley, self-appointed neighborhood enforcer and president of the HOA. Everything seemed fine for the first few weeks. My new home had a solar array installed, a modest garden, and of course, my flagship EV prototype, a sleek silver crossover model not yet on the market, parked in the driveway. I didn't think much of it. I rotate test vehicles all the time, and this one was not only quiet and emission-free, but genuinely beautiful. Then came the note. Stuffed under my windshield wiper with military precision, it read, "This is a reminder that commercial vehicles are prohibited from being parked in driveways overnight. This vehicle appears unregistered and may be subject to tow. Please move it within 24 hours. HOA President Karen H." At first I laughed. Surely this was a misunderstanding. But when I came home that night, I saw another note, taped to my front door this time. Then the email hit. As per Section 4.2.1 of the HOA guidelines, non-standard, commercial, or prototype vehicles may not be visibly stored. If this vehicle is not relocated, we will contact a tow service. Now I was annoyed. I replied kindly but firmly, explaining that the vehicle wasn't commercial, but a personal electric car, completely street legal, registered, and frankly quieter than a golf cart. I even attached the DMV paperwork. Her reply? If it's not sold in dealerships, it doesn't belong here. That's when I knew exactly what I was dealing with. Karen wasn't just enforcing rules. She was exercising power, and she had no idea who she was talking to. I decided not to name drop. Not yet. Instead, I sent a follow-up asking if she could clarify what she meant by non-standard and whether other EVs, like Teslas or Rivians, would be similarly reported. No reply. The next morning, I watched from my office window as a tow truck slowly rolled down the street. Karen marched out of her house with a clipboard and pointed toward my driveway. I walked out calmly, waved at the driver, and asked if he had an order. "Yeah, for an unregistered commercial EV." I smiled. "That's strange, because I designed it. I'm Eli Raymond, CEO of Viridian Motors. You may have seen the press launch on CNBC last month. This is the only model in existence." The driver blinked. Karen's expression twisted in real time. "Oh, and it's fully registered and insured. Here's the license and documentation. I'd suggest double-checking your orders before towing state-of-the-art prototypes that are technically valued at over $500,000. Karen stammered, clearly scrambling for a new angle. It's still not appropriate to leave experimental vehicles in view of the street." I nodded. Actually, Section 4.2.1 refers to commercial signage and usage. This vehicle is personal, has no branding, and meets every city and HOA regulation on record. I should know. I reviewed them before moving here. In fact, I sit on the National EV Infrastructure Advisory Board, and I help shape many of the residential EV-friendly codes. Dead silence. The tow truck pulled away. The next HOA meeting was awkward. Karen tried to reintroduce a motion to ban non-standard vehicles, but the board members, many of whom were now curious about getting on Viridian's early adopter list, voted it down immediately. 2 weeks later, the HOA newsletter featured an article titled, "Crescent Pines Resident Leads Nation's EV Future," with my photo in front of the same car Karen had tried to tow. Now I give informal EV information sessions at the local clubhouse once a month. Karen still shows up, mostly to glare, but even she signed up for the community's new EV charger rebate program. Funny how things change. Moral of the story? Don't try to tow the future, especially when the person who built it lives next door.